New Orleans Saints are getting ready for the Tampa Bay Bucs on Sunday afternoon. I know I can't wait. You can't wait. You heard Mincy earlier talk about it's a matchup that he's been most excited for in years. How could it not be? Tom Brady versus Drew Brees matchup for the ages. We laid it all out yesterday, right? As far as some of the interesting conversations around the Saints, we do have a bit of a Led Zeppelin situation going on where, we do this show every day, every week. And I have a bit of a song remains the same sort of feeling with the questions that I'm asking about the Saints offense. How many times have we asked this year, can this Saints offense find its rhythm? Can it get back to the offense that we know and love? And look, maybe the two halves of last game, maybe they give you the answer. Maybe something changed within that game alone, right? Because Drew Brees goes 14 of 23 in the first half, looked a little stilting, a lot to be desired. Second half, he goes 14 of 16, comes out, they dominate. Should have scored 28, right? Arguably could have won 28-3 very easily. So maybe that is the turning point. Or maybe because it's the playoffs now and everything gets harder from here on out. And like Mincy said, in the playoffs, the Saints have actually been hitting unders the last few years. Maybe this offense just have to be good enough, right? I don't think it matters whether or not they can get back to the heights that they are used to being the number one offense in the NFL, top 5, whatever. The bottom line that they have to answer is, can this Saints offense be good enough? And if that is the question, if that's how we're adjusting our thinking, I do feel confident that they can do that, especially with Deontay Harris back in the mix, especially with Mike Thomas back in the mix. Emmanuel Sanders continues to play well. And how important are those guys going to be when you look at this Tampa Bay defense? What do? They stop the run. Incredible at stopping the run, only giving up 80 yards per game. That is wild, y'all. The Saints, you think about them being an elite run defense, and they are. They give up 90 a game. Second place in the NFL, 90 a game. So Tampa isn't just first. They're first by a significant margin, but they are weak in the secondary. And so it's going to be up to this O-line to give Drew Brees time. I'm looking at you, Cesar Ruiz. You struggled on games at points sometimes this year. I don't know that there's a better. I think the two top pass rushing linebackers in the NFL may be Demario Davis and Devin White. And so Ruiz, whoever else like that offensive line is going to have to be on their game, keep Brees upright, allow you to take advantage of Tampa's weakness in the secondary, and then through the pass, you eventually open up the run. And obviously Alvin Kamara is going to be just as important in getting that passing game going, however they look to make it work. Other things I want to see this Sunday, the Taysom Hill package works. I don't agree. I mean, I know he turned it over against Sunday, and it led to a lot of people being like, why would we ever run any of this? But no, it works. It actually is. It has worked on the whole. But if I was Peyton, I would be very careful of using him in too many big shot moments. Because, I mean, they had it last game. Peyton called the perfect play. The play was there for Taysom when he went to throw the bomb, but I don't know that Taysom can always execute on those big passing plays. The 3rd and 3s, the 4th and 3s, absolutely. He's been a killer in those zones. And I understand Peyton taking the shot there because that's how you set it up. You get people thinking conservative with Hill, and then you go for the big time, but he's just been too inconsistent in that regard. You know that ball that he fumbled last week? Do you know how long he held on to it? I came across this on New Orleans Football. 3.94 seconds. How in the world are you supposed to protect for 4 seconds? Remember, Drew Brees and Brady average about 2.5. So you're looking at nearly double that. In the NFL, that is an eternity. And you saw what it just, you always hear about people saying his decision-making was a tick too slow. That was Taysom Hill on that play. So don't get it wrong. Taysom Hill has a huge role to play. He is your short yardage master. But that ball should have been out of his hands sooner, and you probably have a touchdown. So I'd be wary. Because those turnovers, you can get away with that against the Bears. Everything going to be much more impactful from each game here on out, for each subsequent game. All mistakes get magnified. The margins of error get slimmer and slimmer. And so you have to start to demand perfection, and this offense has to be good enough. And so I think with Deontay Harris and Mike Thomas, I believe that they can be. We'll see. I have no conversation piece for this, but we just haven't mentioned yet. How badass was Latavius Murray's touchdown last week? I mean, you want to talk about, I love the movie Soul that just came out on Disney Plus. They talk about jazzing in that a lot, jazz music, right? Kind of improvising on the fly. That was football jazz. That was two football guys that have been at it for a long time, two expert musicians speaking, conversating through football. Latavius Murray's responsibilities on that play were just pass protection. He cuts the defensive end. He kind of lays there for a second, too, which is kind of funny. And then he realizes, oh, snap, Breeze changes up the beat a little bit. He's like somebody hitting a solo. And then Latavius Murray picks up on that solo. He starts to carry that tune forward. Breeze hits him, touchdown. I mean, that was just a beautiful, improvised, jazz-tastic play, and it made my football heart so happy. Because that's the type of veteran playmaking, type of savvy that, yes, Danny, great job using the Nick replay here. That's the type of savvy that you're going to need to have if you're going to pull off this Super Bowl run. Fire the slime cannons. Where are they at? Okay, there we go. What a great way. All right. Let's go to break. And when we get back, we will get to the New Orleans Pelicans here on OTBOT 104.5 ESPN.